This is the question asked in today's skillrack daily challenge. So in the first line of our input, we are given the values of R and C, and after that we are given a R cross C integer matrix as input. So the values in the integer matrix will be either 0 or 1. If it is 0, then it means that it is an empty space, and if it is 1, then it means that a car is already parked at that position. And after the integer matrix, we are given the value of x. So here x is equal to 3. So this x represents the level, the floor at which the driver will be parking his car. So the driver will be parking the car at or above the third floor, and initially always he enters from this position. So this last row is the ground floor, and the last before is the first floor, and then this is the second floor, third floor, so like this. So here the value of x is equal to 3. So the driver will be parking at this floor only. Even though if there is a empty space in the previous floor, he won't be parking his car over there. So he will park his car only at the third or any floors above that. So if the third floor is full, then he will be parking at the fourth floor, but he won't be parking his car in any floor below that. So this is our question. So initially he will be traveling to the ground floor from right to left, and after reaching the end he should move to the next row, and to move to the next row he will be traveling from left to right, and then after reaching right again, when he wants to move to the next floor, he will be traveling from right to left. So this is how he will be traveling. He will be traveling from right to left in the ground floor, and in the first floor he will be traveling from left to right, and again in the second floor he will be traveling from right to left. So like this he will be traveling in a zigzag fashion. This is how the driver will be traveling through every floor, and then initially in the ground floor he will be traveling from right to left, and he will reach the end. So totally he would have moved for 7. So we are printing L7, which represents he has moved towards left for 7 times. So that is what this L7 represents. And after reaching the end, he has to move to the above floor. So whenever he wants to move to the above row, he will be printing U. So first we will be printing L7 and then U. And then after reaching the top row, again he has to reach the right end of the first floor. So again we have to print R7, because he has moved towards right, and he has moved for 7 times. So R7. And even after reaching the first floor end, again he has to move to the second floor, and he has to travel from right to left for 7 times. So after printing U, again we print L7. So this is how the driver will be traveling in every floor. In the ground floor he will be traveling from right to left, and in the first floor left to right, and then again right to left. So like that he will be changing his direction. So now he would have reached the end of second floor. So we print L7, and he needs to move to the above floor. So we print U. So now he is present at the third floor, and the value of x is also equal to 3. So if there is an empty space in this floor, he will park his car. So he will be starting from left in the third floor, and from left in the third place there is a empty space. So the third integer is 0. So the driver can park his car at this position. So I am highlighting this place in red color. So he will be parking his car at this position. So we print R3, and after printing R3, then he has parked his car. So we need not need any more directions. So this is our output. So first we have to create our integer variables R, C and X, and then we have to accept the values of R and C, and then we create a matrix of size R cross C, and then we accept the R cross C integers as input. And now I am initially creating a variable named floor level equal to 0. So 0 means it is at ground floor, and if it is 1, then it is the first floor, second floor. So this is how we will be using this variable floor level. And now we are going to implement our logic. So initially the driver will always start from the last row. So we need to create a loop that iterates from the last row and iterates till the 0th row. So the I loop iterates from I minus 1 till 0, and it is a decrementing loop, so I minus minus. So in every iteration of this I loop, we will be incrementing the value of the variable floor level, because initially we will be present at the ground floor, and then the next iteration first floor. So like that we will be incrementing. So we increment floor variable, and also we print U in every iteration of this I loop. And now if the floor level value is even, then we will be traveling from right to left, else we will be traveling from left to right. So first we will be checking whether the floor level is even or not. So in every iteration of this I loop, first using if condition I am checking whether the floor level mod 2 is equal to 0 or not. If it is equal to 0, then we will be traveling from right to left, else we will be traveling from left to right in the else part. So this is how we will be traveling in a zigzag fashion. So now if we want to travel from right to left, then our J loop must be iterating from the rightmost end to the leftmost end. So the rightmost end is C minus 1 and the leftmost end is 0. So in this range I am creating a loop, and in every iteration of this J loop he will be moving by one position. So I am incrementing the value of the variable movement, so movements plus plus. And also we need to check whether it is possible to park the car. So it will be possible to park the car if the floor level is greater than or equal to x and the current index is a empty space. So if floor level greater than or equal to x and matrix of ij equal to 0, then we set flag is equal to 1 and break. So finally, after the execution of the J loop, we will be printing the total number of movements in the left direction. So using a printf statement, I print L and then we print the total number of movements made. So that is present in the variable movements. And we will also be checking whether the flag value is equal to 1 or not. If flag value is equal to 1, then we terminate the whole program using exit 0, because the flag value will be updated to 1 only when the car is parked. So if flag is equal to 1, then we execute exit 0. And similarly in the else part we will be traveling from left to right. So in the else part we need to apply the same logic, but in the if condition we were traveling from right to left. Here we need to travel from left to right. So within the inner J loop we need to iterate from 0 till C minus 1, and the remaining complete part will be same as such. So this is how we will be traversing left to right and right to left.